Alrighty, so usually I don't do quick videos, but I wanted to do one here. So I kind of saw this post by Swag. The surprise is not getting a lot of traction in mainstream media, but hey, cancel project, what can you do? And he mentioned something to the effect of Rockstar Dundee, a corporation that was part of Rockstar Games prior to becoming part of them in 2020. Worked on a canceled video game adaptation of John Carpenter's horror classic, The Thing. The writers over at Rockstar Games have always been big movie fans, and we've seen them pull off horror quite well with Manhunt. I love to see them revive this project after they're done with GTA 6 and Bully 2, which won't be until the year 2055, but I digress. The Warriors is a good example of how amazing they are at giving us a video game adaptation of cult classics. The Thing would be perfect for this. Now, naturally speaking, of course, I talk about Rockstar a lot, and this guy talks about Bully, so I'm not sure of the sources and validity of these screenshots or where they came from, but if indeed we humor the possibility of Rockstar possibly having a Thing game planned in the past under our noses, that would have been pretty intense. That would have been pretty sick. Wherever these migrated from, it looks interesting, and it looks like, you know, a modern game, a game that was probably created somewhere between, I would say, PS4, PS5 era. It said like Rockstar Dundee prior to becoming part of Rockstar Games in 2020. So this was like a last generation experience, and I think these screenshots look sick, disgusting even. But I don't know the source and validity of this, and I don't know how valid Swegda is, but I will humor this possibility. Rockstar right now, the problem with them that they mostly get flack for is that they do one game a generation. So they used to do like these movie adaptations. I think like The Warriors was like the first one they ever did. It was like a open shut case. I don't know if they did any other adaptations, but it was interesting. It took lore from the films, and it also introduced new lore. Like, you could see the Warriors in their past escapades as they go fight around in New York City. So I do think, in terms of an idea, it would be cool for Rockstar to adapt something else. And they only did like horror twice with the whole Manhunt kick and everything. And Manhunt was a great sort of going around and just killing all these gang members and getting machetes to their heads and everything. So that was a very chilling environment, creating a Running Man like experience, all based on atmosphere, tension, and stealth. And a lot of people enjoyed Manhunt 1. I know 2 was a bit more divisive, but Manhunt 1 was phenomenal. It was a great sort of stalk and stuff horror game, and I think they could handle a horror game. I think as a company, you eventually want to break out of your niche and continue to do things that will break the boundaries, of course. So Rockstar already made a movie like adaptation that was readily fantastic. Why not do that again? Why not do horror? I would love to see them make like a survival horror Thing type of game, or just something based around maybe like The Thing, Aliens, Predator. All of those IPs are ripe for the taking on a phenomenal, fearful single player experience. But a lot of corporations, they really don't do that. Instead, they'll make like something asymmetrical horror, and they'll stick with that multiplayer aspect for a lot of these movie like adaptations that have like these iconic characters and monsters. And I'm not saying all of them are bad, but where is the single player horror content for like horror movie adaptations going to video games? We don't see a lot of those. Like, it'd be cool if like they decided to make a single player Jason that was AAA, that was a cool experience. And I think once again Rockstar will be great at that. But I must say, these screenshots look killer. Just think about it for a second. There's nothing particularly wrong about the idea of more survival horror games on the market, as Sam Lake even said when he was talking about Alan Wake 2. horror used to be this niche underground construct that is now something that has ballooned to mainstream. A lot of people enjoy horror games. There's a lot of horror streamers out there, a lot of people willing to play these games and experience these games. Why not more? If they do dip into the well in the future, there's a lot to offer. So I would readily enjoy something based on the thing. And of course, they still have the 2002 game that was released by Computer Artworks that they could provide a basis on, where it's like, your teammates are here, you don't know who's the decoy. You might go through some questions, or maybe, you know, questioning their actions, where they've been, what they've done in a certain area of the base, and if it doesn't align up too well. I think one cool implementation, if they did decide to make a game based around the thing, would be some of the systems taken from LA Noire. You could see if you can catch someone in a lie, and if they are lying, if they are just fibbing, if they're not telling the truth, or if they are telling the truth, have some consequences, or maybe some actions involved, like, hey, if the guy is lying to me and he's actually the thing, it's time to open fire, you know what I mean? So that sort of paranoia mechanic could have been implemented more into the gameplay, and I think that would have been very sufficient, to say the least, entertaining to say the least, if they pulled something like that off. So this is just a short speculation video that I made because I thought this entire idea was very interesting. I covered aspects for the sequel to the canceled Thing game that Computer Artworks was making, so check that out in the description if you want to see more. And this idea, provided if true, sounds dope as hell, and I don't see why Rockstar just won't give it a go. You really have nothing to lose at this point. I know GTA has you covered for years. I love Grand Theft Auto. I'm fucking getting GTA 6 for real, but take a swing with an ambitious idea, and you never know what will stick. I do think horror adaptations, movie adaptations, we need more of those single player affairs, because, you know, I'm just tired of everything being like Dead by Daylight. You just put out a horror IP, then you want it to be like Dead by Daylight, even though I think the Texas Chainsaw game is very, very fun, but it feels like a mixture of Friday the 13th, if anything. So that's what makes it a little bit more enjoyable, because it's something a little bit more different. But yeah, more single player film to horror to gaming adaptations. I don't know how to fucking put that, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You know what the business is. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Yeah, I want Rockstar to do like some more survival horror shit. That'd be lit, because they don't do horror a lot. They really don't. And I think Manhunt has the whole paranoid to get in trouble fiasco behind it, even though, like I said before, I talked about this before with Manhunt over and over again. Manhunt is not even, it's tame compared to the stuff I see today, with realistic depictions of blood and gore and guts, and you see stuff that exists. Like, I love this game too, but Last of Us Part 2 is very, very bloody and sadistic, and dogs getting hammered in the head. So if we can have that on a PlayStation platform and still have the game be rated M, why can't we push the envelope for more horror adaptations to be bloody, gory, violent, and sadistic? But I don't think we'll ever get another Manhunt, because the first one is linked to an actual murder. That's right, because there was that whole Stefan Perkia situation. I forgot what it was, but that game is such a bad mark on Rockstar, and I don't know if I talked about it, but there was a fan film, a fan movie based on Manhunt that was circulating around. Rockstar took that thing down fast. They didn't want their name attached. They issued out DMCAs, even if Manhunt wasn't in the title. Just anything symbolizing that at all was taken down rather quickly. So I think Rockstar wants to cover up that dark history with that game and not do it again. So just do something else that's not laden with serial killers. I don't know, but I would say just do what you want, feel how you feel, and make the art that you want to create. And that's it. But it's not up to me, it's up to them. What do you guys think? Hopefully this was a fun speculation video talking about if Rockstar put their hands on the Thing IP, what could they do with it? As I said, I brought up some interesting ideas about doing stuff with the lying mechanic, because I don't know if I mentioned this in the last Thing coverage video that I did, but just the idea is decoys, people lying, people telling the truth. So, you know, maybe you'll get your teammates killed if you fuck up, but you can still hold your own. Just it'll be much harder if you thin down the herd and it's just you by yourself. And I think an idea like that in a video game would be rather entertaining. So I'm signing out for real. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and check out my Thing 2 cancel game analysis in the description. I would really appreciate that as well. Thank you so much, and once again, keep the horror alive. I guess just to put extra clarification into the video, because I was questioning the validity of this information the whole time, right? So Rockstar Dundee was formerly known as Ruffian Games, and one of the creators from Ruffian Games, the lead designer Sean Newen, he said that this information was indeed true while also working on a reboot to Streets of Rage. It was fun, but perhaps frustrating times that, of course, obviously, you don't get to really see your vision live out. Something that you really want to do just canceled just because of situations, and that sucks. I really, really hope that Rockstar Games will consider the idea and possibility of doing something related to the Thing, or another video game, you know, movie adaptation that will be thoroughly interesting, because this was a great idea and it sucks that it got scrapped and put on the cutting room floor. Oh man, this is why it's why can't we have nice things? I don't understand. We can't have nice shit sometimes, but alas, that is the nature of game development. I will see you guys for real next time. Later.
Calm down, let's not let your heart. You guys, we're the real heroes.
You fucking... Fuck.